So I understand why Israel decided, even before there was an Israel, that they needed nuclear weapons. They had to start getting them for their own security. I understand that, but whatever value those nuclear weapons may have had in the early history of Israel, they're not necessary anymore. Israel's got enough conventional military power to defeat any foe or combination of foes. It has a vested interest in making sure no other country in the region gets the one weapon that can destroy Israel. And in order to get that, in order to have their assurance, you can't just play nuclear whack-a-mole. You can't just keep whacking one country down after another. At some point, Israel's going to have to take the bombs out of the basement and put them on the negotiating table. But in order to do that, it's going to have to be in the context of a regional peace settlement. It's going to have to be where all the countries of the region recognize the territorial integrity of each other, and there is no existential threat to Israel from outside its borders. Now that's a heavy lift. But we might be a little closer to that than we think. These peace talks between the Palestinians and the Israelis, one of these days they're going to work. One of these days they're going to work. And I say that because I've seen equally improbable peace talks work in my time. We all have lived through some of the most remarkable times in human history where things that people said were impossible actually happen. We've seen the Vietnam War end, and that country unite and welcome back the people who bombed it in the spirit of reconciliation and friendship. We've seen Germany unite. We've seen Eastern European countries overthrow dictatorships that ruled them for centuries. We've seen the Soviet Union collapse. We've seen Protestants and Catholics who swore never, never, never shake hands and together rule on Northern Ireland. We've seen a man walk out of a prison cell that held him for 28 years to become the leader of a free and democratically ruled Southern Africa. And it's his quote I think of all the time. It's always impossible. It always seems impossible until it's done. So even that can be done.